Welcome to FX Options University. Join the industry's top trading professionals.
And there you go. That's right off your website, Steve. I thought this was really, really helpful. Spend some time out here on the new ISE FX Options website. And if you're bearish on the dollar, here's your strategy. If you're looking for a big move, okay, increased volatility, here's your strategies. Very, very convenient. Plus, you've got the, I think you've got live vol out there, too, for everybody, for quotes and amazings. So anyway, that's what I was talking about. The spreads that we like to do are pretty much just like synthetic spreads. When price reaches a resistance area, then we like to do our writing because the calls and will be expensive. And, of course, our protection will be very, very cheap. All right? Real quick, all the rest of the currencies here, this Australian, that was our last trade back in February, had a nice little breakout because we found some support back here. That one is a nice little pop, okay? But this one is very much, again, basing and dropping, still very much in a downtrend. So I think Price Headley's going to be here next week with some trend strategies.
He will.
Okay, so this would be a good candidate. Once it breaks these lows here, it'll be a good candidate to drop all the way back down to the origin of this rally because there's really not a lot of basing to stop it from moving. So that'll be a good trend candidate. Okay. All right. Another thing is if you want to do some kind of intraday strategies, the leader of our options extended learning program, Eric Ocheknicki, this is his favorite strategy. He uses the Bollinger Bands, and you can do this on intraday charts. You have wide Bollinger Bands, so you're looking for some kind of a reversion to the mean strategy. When you get the narrow bands like this, you're probably looking for a continuation of the trend. So we have, that's one of the things that we do. Eric gets a chance to actually work with people 4 times a week on specific strategies for trading specific ways to trade. Here's your New Zealand, again, very vertical. So wait for this to actually make a new couple of weeks in a row where it goes sideways, and then you can implement some kind of a trading strategy. Okay. Again, the New Zealand dollar and the Australian dollar are not part of the dollar index, so their trends could continue because of the interest rate differentials. So you're starting to base on a daily chart. If you want to, of course, you break out through the upside. One thing you could do is either buy the breakout with the option itself, or if price retests the origin of the breakout, then you could buy the pullback to the origin of the breakout, and then you could buy your calls, and of course they'll be a lot less expensive because the volatility will come out of them really quick. Okay, and there's the peso, the last one here, and I believe you guys actually on your website you have trade alerts. So on October 22nd, you were looking to go on your trade alert, you were looking to go long the dollar versus the Mexican peso. And I was looking to go along the dollar for this reason, of course. It was coming into a nice support area. So
did you see the move today, Steve? It was amazing in the peso. It was up to 132.85, and it actually traded 130.37 early in the morning, and it closed 132.85. A massive move. That's a massive move today. So calls really would have worked out, but again, it always depends on the individual investor's strategy, not only the strategy, but their goals and their risk tolerances.
And the beauty part is, with what we teach, right below here is where you take the trade off, because below here it's look out below.
Exactly. Yep.
So it's all about risk management. It's all about, that's what we preach at the academy. So yeah, you were right. Good call on your trade alerts. So.
But they're not always going to be right. But like you said, unlike Trading Academy, what they help you to do is to learn how to not only manage the winners, but manage the losers. Correct, Steve?
That's it. The trick is to stay in the game. The trick is to make sure you have enough trading capital to actually stay in the game.
That's
so it's
exactly
managing the winners, managing the losers, using the right asset for the right strategy, and learn as much as you can about all the assets because they all fit together. It's a global world, and it's really exciting what's going to happen going forward.
Absolutely. Steve, I want to thank you. Let's take a couple questions because, first of all, you put in a lot of effort on this one. So I really, really want to thank you. So much material here, and you did a great job. So thanks again.
Well, you know what? I look forward to these webinars. I really do, and it's. I know you've got guys that are former market makers and former option traders, and people have just traded options for their entire lives that could really, run circles around me. We do too at our school, and so I do the basic stuff just to try to get people the foundation, and then from there it's all about teaching them the support and the resistance, which really is the key to everything.
Yeah, it's true. I see a question from Jose, and I have to admit that I'm not great at speaking Spanish, but he puts it in Spanish. And I think what he's trying to say is, when you're looking at this stuff, Steve, is your analysis the same whether you're looking at spot Forex, futures, or options? At least that's the way I'm hopefully translating this properly. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because just to give you an example, that Baidu chart I showed you was a stock that had a cycle, a couple of years cycle earlier in the presentation.
Right.
It's a couple of times that it's gone through the cycle. I've traded Apple Computer since I want to say 2002 or so, and I traded it when it was going nowhere between 10 and 15. And then, of course, it's had a massive explosive move, but it's always had the same cycle. It's the institutions that drive these cycles, by the way, and on all these assets. They like to buy low and sell high, usually to the public who likes to buy high and sell low.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Here's a question from Harold, and this relates to the Online Trading Academy. Harold wants to know if you have different price points, or I think what he's trying to say is what does it cost, but what I'm trying to paraphrase is what's the best way for one of the attendees today to sort of test drive Online Trading Academy? Is there sort of a trial you have? What's the best way?
Yeah, what we have is something called a power trading workshop, and what they could do is they can go to a local center. All they have to do is go to tradingacademy.com and look for the closest local center to where they live. And then they can go in there and they can go for almost a half-day seminar on the core concepts of trading, what we teach at Online Trading Academy, how we teach it, why we do, how they can learn about some of the different asset classes. I actually do one of those presentations. I'm going to do one this Friday live in Chicago at the Chicago Center. And it's really a great way to just get an exposure, just to come in and kick the tires and see if it's something that you're really interested in doing. Self-education, if you have the discipline and the focus to go and figure out what your style is going to be and write your trading plan and kind of do it yourself, then that's really all you need. I mean, your website is fantastic for the ISE FX options. Our website has so much free material. There's webinars that you can go view there on the website under recordings. There's archive webinars. There's you name it. There's newsletters that are written out there by some of our better instructors on all the different asset classes. So yeah, there's plenty to get you started. But don't forget, it took me many years to learn it. The nice thing about especially the electronic classroom situation that we have is you get to be with an instructor 4 times a week, and you get to hear the strategies over and over again. And we try to work with the students. Not everybody's successful all at once. Believe me, there's a lot of work that has to be done. So we have beginner programs and now mastery programs, and so we're continuing to evolve all the time too, and it's all about education. We're not specific to any broker. We're not specific to any methodology or anything else like that. So you get to hear from multiple instructors and just put together your style. That's what it's all about.
Oh, that's nice. Getting a lot of great remarks. Just want to thank you, Steve. I mean, one attendee after another, so a lot of positive comments. I hope you'll come back in the next, couple of months, and hopefully sometime early next year.
Sure, absolutely.
Visit www.fxoptions.com. ISE FX options can be easily traded through all options-enabled brokerage accounts.